And now it's time for a preview of an upcoming game by Tom Vasel.
I suppose in real life, if monsters were destroying cities, it would be a horrible, horrible thing. The chance of that happening is probably non-existent, so it's something that we're very entertained by. Godzilla, King Kong. Well, here we have a game that takes these monsters, or similar ones to them, Kaiju City, mankind or monsters. You take your choice, you fight on the side of mankind, or you fight on the side of monsters. This is a light, fun family game. Let's take a look at how it plays. Here we can see the city that's set up at the beginning of the game. You have 16 tiles that are marked with a yellow background, so you know. And by the way, I should mention that the artwork here is final, but for the most part, the components are not final, like most previews that I do. And so things will change when you get them. But the artwork, well, we'll get to that in a second. But anyhow, you put up these 16 places here, and you build your city. Now, these cities, there's a couple things that you want to notice about these. There's a number up here in the top and the pentagon there. That number shows the defense of that city block. And then there's other numbers on these cards which will come into place because as the game progresses, we will be adding more buildings to this city, and that's how much of the different resources that you will need. Each of these tiles either produces one of the resources, you have people, machinery, and energy, or it's a military tile that will attack monsters. Monsters! Yes! We don't have time to look at this city. We want to look at the monsters. So let's do that quickly. Over here we can see we have cards that you will be drawing at the beginning of the game to see which monster you are. And we have Mechaton, and Mega Mantis, and Lucor, and Pyrosaurus, and Arachnogon, and Irochus, and Octokraken, and we have Wendigo, and we have Grimalkin, and these are just fantastic artwork cards. You're going to take one of these and you'll get the card that shows the stats of that monster. The top one is movement, the second one is the number of dice it rolls on the attack, the third one is its defense, and then it shows 3 hit points, and then there's a special ability at the bottom. This guy here devours and can destroy an adjacent card to remove a hit with energy on it. So this guy likes to suck up energy, and you can see that the different monsters have different stats. Some of them can move faster, others have higher defense, others have lots of attack dice that they can use. And so you pick one of these. Once you pick that, you will then take your matching monster, and the monsters are going to start in the city. Now, I guess I should mention that some of the players will be the city, and some of the players will be the monster. And that all depends on how many players you have. The rule book will tell you. But you're going to put these cards in, and they are going to start somewhere on the outside of the city. You can see how big and giant the cards are, showing just what massive monsters these are. And there's always going to be 4 of these monsters. And so turns are very, very simple. On the city player's turn, first thing he's going to do is he's going to draw 4 more city tiles. Now he has to place one of these out each turn. He can place more, and when that happens, he has to pay the resources. So here I need to pay 2 energy and one population, so I pay those up here on the city resource tracker, and then I'll place it out there. Then you'll get resources. The first turn you get 4 of every type. But you get resources depending on which ones have not been destroyed and which ones the monsters are not on. And then you will attack the monsters with your military areas. So I have a airfield and a motor pool, and so we roll, in this game, 8-sided dice, because 8-sided dice are that much cooler than 6-sided dice. And you'll roll and attack the monsters trying to get their number higher, and you want to do enough hits on them. Every time you roll that, you'll do a hit. You get enough hits, you kill the monster. Of course, another monster will then come take his place. But hey, at least you've killed one of the monsters. After the players have gone, then the monsters go. They can move, and they'll be moving around the board. And then they will attack the area that they're on. If they score a successful hit, they'll destroy it, and we'll turn it over to show the rubble and laughter of the monsters as they destroy things. And then monsters can either do their special ability, which might give them another attack, or it might give them some kind of bonus, or they can try to heal, in which case they try to roll over the defense number, and they can heal some of the hits that they have gotten on them. So you can see that a monster that has lower defense is easier to hit, but he's also easier to heal. So turns will go back and forth until one of a couple things happens. If the city players cannot place a city tile on their turn because there's no legal place to place it, they don't have to build a square, but they're, or they don't have the resources to place it, then they've lost. If all the monsters are defeated, the city players win. Or if they go through the whole city tile deck, the monsters are taking their good old time. By the way, I'm sorry, you have to kill 4 monsters, not all the monsters. Kill 4 monsters to win. And the monsters win if they flip over all the city cards or the city players can't play a city tile. And then there's cheering and laughing and you'll probably play again. I'm going to have to say the artwork in this game is amazing. It is exactly the kind of artwork I love. It has that 80s comic book style to it. The monsters look awesomely cool without looking gross or disgusting. They're just neat to see these giant monsters to the point where you might have to argue over who's playing the monsters or not. But this is a fast, furious type game. Monsters move, smash, smash, people shoot at them, smash, smash, bang, boom, roll dice. If you like rolling dice, this is certainly a game for you. If you like the theme, it's certainly a game for you. It's a game that can be played very easily by younger folks. Kids were able to play my prototype copy as well as teenagers and adults. Mixed groups were playing it, and it went over well with everyone involved, if nothing else, because of the fun theme of humans versus monsters. So if that looks like something you'd be interested in, if you've always wanted to be Octo-Kraken. We keep calling it the Octomom. Octo-Kraken, if you want to be the Octo-Kraken and fight humanity, or you want to take laser tanks and ice turrets and battle back, then check this one out. And in just a moment, I'm going to show you a link where you can kickstart it.
Thanks for watching our review today. For more information about board games, as well as the #1 board game audio podcast, check out Dicetower.com for reviews, interviews, and more. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.